Racism causes obesity. Remember the first video, y'all? It was you and Char on Mark Lamont Hill, and when had that interview
Yeah,
on Huffington Post.
yeah.
That was Professor. That was Brittany Cooper, aka Professor Crump.
Okay.
Now there's a video going across out that's saying, she hates when people get on black women about obesity, and she blames racism is what's causing women to be obese in the black community because of the stress, and you have to deal with these white folks, and it's causing them to be overweight.
But it sounds like she doesn't want to take accountability for being obese, which is a problem with a lot of black women. They don't want to take responsibility. Obesity has to be treated like a mental illness or a drug addiction. If we don't treat it like someone who has a drug addiction, you'll never really be able to rehabilitate them.
Okay.
For example, if somebody's hooked on crack, you have to send them to the rehab center so they can be away from crack. If somebody's obese, you got to send them to a rehabilitation center so they can be away from McDonald's, Burger King. You literally have to lock fat people up if you want to rehabilitate them, because they haven't generated the discipline on their own to wean themselves off of the bad foods. So I think if you don't treat severe obesity like a drug addiction, you're never really going to get anywhere,
No, I had this conversation with this black woman I used to work with. I was working in the same company, and because we was talking about, if you go to any of these chain gyms all across the country, you'll see brothers there, right? You see white women there. There'll be a whole bunch of white women, but you won't see as many black women in there as like percentage of the population. Now, she told me is because they gotta get their hair done and they get them sew-ins and stuff. They don't want to mess their hair up. They don't go to the gym as often. Like, I think they can't care about like your outside, look, and not your inside. That's foolishness, man. How you gonna let the white man say you can't? The white man's getting on my nerves so bad. I gotta eat some goddamn hog maws. Like, come the hell on, man. I can't.
Yeah. I don't know how she came up with racism. That doesn't even make no sense.
But you think, I get on IG, and then you see IG, you can see anybody. And there are sisters out there that work hard. They get, they be getting cut and diesel and all that. You know what I mean? But it has to be, it has to be a cultural shift to be about your health. That's where I think we're failing at. Because if you look, like when these Asian couples get older, they be walking around the neighborhood doing their thing. The Chinese, they be like, we're all going to be doing it soon. I guess they're going to own everything, but they be walking and doing their exercise, their calisthenics at their like 50s and 60s and 70s. Well, you don't see no black folks walk around doing that.